God says, He is calling your heart softly and gently, just like a whisper carried on the wind, and He is asking you not to turn away this time. There is something waiting for you right now that you didn't expect to come your way. A rare miracle, a touch from heaven, something your soul has been longing for quietly in the dark, aching for in silence. God is begging you to believe that tonight, before the clock strikes 9 p.m., something beautiful and divine is being prepared with your name on it. It is not loud, not dramatic, but deeply holy, powerful beyond what words can explain, and it is coming straight from the heart of God Himself, into your life. Type 2323 if you agree. This message is not here by accident, and you didn't stumble upon these words just to scroll past them. This moment is chosen, carefully placed into your day like a soft light shining through a crack in the clouds. God saw everything, every tear you wiped away when no one was watching, every prayer you whispered when you were tired of trying, every moment you felt invisible in a noisy world. And now, He wants you to pause, breathe, and open your heart, because this is where healing begins. You are being asked to believe in something you cannot yet see, but something that already exists in the hands of the one who holds your future. God's love doesn't knock loudly, it simply waits at the door, patiently hoping you'll feel its presence. He isn't forcing you. He isn't demanding. He is begging in love, a kind of love so pure and deep it will never stop pursuing you. It's the kind of love that wraps around your tired shoulders and says, "You are still mine, no matter how far you feel." There is a miracle coming, and it's not wrapped in gold or silver, but in the invisible thread of divine timing, and God is inviting you to receive it quietly, with a heart that trusts more than it understands. Even if your faith feels small, even if your heart is heavy with doubt, you are still chosen. You are not forgotten. You are not passed over. Heaven's gaze is fixed on you tonight, and the moment is sacred. Before the night slips away, before the stars rise too high, there is something being placed in motion for you. You won't need to shout it out. You won't need to convince anyone. Just open your soul, because what is coming is not man-made. It's holy. It's real. It's yours. Type Amen if you believe. Sometimes, we search for signs in the sky, waiting for thunder or bright flashes of light, but God speaks in the stillness, in the quiet of your breathing, in the peace that doesn't make sense when everything is falling apart. That stillness you feel right now, even in the middle of your storm, is not empty. It is God sitting beside you, holding your heart like something precious, because it is. He is closer than the pain, closer than the fear, closer than the voices that say you're not enough. And He is saying, "I see you. I'm not done with you. I have something for you that cannot be stolen." The miracle waiting for you is not just something to see. It's something to feel. It is peace that will rise in your chest like soft water filling a dry well. It is clarity that will return to your mind after days of confusion. It is joy that will surprise you when you least expect it, rising up in the middle of your waiting. This miracle will not need anyone's permission. It won't ask for approval. It will simply arrive, and you will know it was God all along. If your heart has grown weary, if your soul is tired from carrying burdens too long, this is your moment to lay it all down. Let God take it, because you were never meant to carry it forever. Let Him carry you, like He always has, even when you didn't notice. The miracle is not delayed. It is right on time. And the time is near. Not tomorrow. Not someday. But tonight. So pause for a moment. Let the world slow down around you. Let every fear take a back seat. You are not alone, not in this moment, not in this life. You are being held by hands that never drop what they carry. You are seen by eyes that never look away. You are loved by a heart that never forgets. There is something tender and real moving through your life right now, even if you can't feel it yet. A divine preparation has been quietly unfolding behind the scenes, carefully woven into your timeline, and tonight it draws closer than ever before. Not because you earned it or chased it perfectly, but because grace has decided to touch your life with something rare, something holy, something meant just for you. Type 1111 if you trust in God. When your heart breaks in ways you cannot put into words, when the weight of everything becomes too much to hold, it is then that God's presence surrounds you the most. He doesn't rush in with noise. He comes like a whisper, strong enough to calm your fear and gentle enough to soothe the aching corners of your soul. There are nights when your thoughts are louder than your faith, when hope feels like a fading echo, and yet, even in that place, God does not walk away. He leans in closer. He knows exactly where you are and what you need. This miracle that's reaching for you tonight isn't just about fixing your situation, it's about healing what's been quietly hurting inside. It's about restoring the pieces of you that felt like they were left behind in yesterday's struggle. Sometimes God allows the waiting to stretch longer so the blessing can reach deeper. And now, your time is drawing near. Not in theory. Not in vague promises. But in real, tangible love from a God who doesn't make empty declarations. The world may have convinced you to keep things to yourself, to stay quiet about your hope, to guard your heart because of all the disappointments. But God is different. He doesn't tease your heart with dreams He won't fulfill. When He whispers a promise into your spirit, He fully intends to complete it. And this promise, this rare miracle that has been assigned to your name, is not late. It's waiting for the right moment, and that moment is breathing close, like dawn before the first light. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. What's coming won't need validation from others. It won't arrive with crowds or applause. It will come in the way God moves, peaceful, undeniable, unforgettable. You won't have to explain it. You'll just know it was Him. And that knowing, that gentle certainty, will change the way you walk forward. Not with fear, but with peace. Not with doubt, but with assurance. Not because everything looks perfect, but because you've seen what happens when heaven reaches into your life quietly and leaves you marked by mercy. This miracle is for you, and no one else needs to understand it. You don't have to post about it or share it with the world. God asked you to keep it between you and Him for now, because what is sacred deserves space to bloom in stillness. Let it settle in your spirit that you are worth this moment, that your journey has led you here for a reason, that even the broken chapters have prepared your heart for what is arriving. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. You may not have the words to describe what you're hoping for, but God already knows. The tears you cried quietly, the thoughts that kept you awake at night, the dreams you buried because life got too heavy, all of it has been seen, held, and remembered. Nothing you've gone through is wasted. No moment has been overlooked. Everything has led to now, to this evening, to this rare opportunity for heaven to touch earth, just for you. The kind of miracle you're stepping into isn't loud or showy. It's deeper than that. It's the kind of shift that changes your heart from the inside, that brings back life to what felt forgotten, that revives dreams you thought had withered away. It's the kind that surprises you not with how big it looks, but how deeply it feels. God is not giving you what everyone else has. He's giving you something uniquely tailored to your soul, something quiet and holy, something that fits your story in ways only He could understand. There are times when the world's noise tries to drown out what God is saying, but if you listen with your spirit, you'll feel Him now. He's asking you to believe, not because everything makes sense, but because He has never once broken a promise. The love He offers isn't temporary. It doesn't shift with moods or mistakes. His love holds steady, even when your faith wavers. That's the kind of love reaching you tonight. Not distant or cold, but warm and close. A love that knows how to heal without asking for perfection first. So as the night stretches on, let your heart rest in this promise. Let your spirit breathe in peace again. You don't have to fight for what's already been written in heaven. You don't have to earn what grace has already claimed on your behalf. You just have to receive it, quietly, humbly, and with the faith of someone who dares to believe that God is still writing beautiful things. This is not about luck. It's about purpose. It's not about deserving. It's about being chosen. And you have been chosen. The path you walked through, the one with all the broken glass and empty nights, didn't lead you to a dead end. It led you here, to a doorway that only God could open, to a moment that will shift the atmosphere of your life in a way that no one will be able to deny. And now, in this sacred stillness, when your soul is finally quiet enough to feel it, He is near again. Not with judgment, but with open arms. Not to remind you of your failures, but to whisper how deeply you are loved. Tonight, more than any other night, His presence wraps around you like a warm blanket in a cold world, and in that love, there is a miracle unfolding. Type 222 to receive this if your heart is open. The miracle that's coming isn't always the kind people expect. It's not always a door opening with bright lights and a crowd cheering. Sometimes, it's a message that reaches you in the middle of your weariness, a feeling of calm that comes without explanation, or a sudden clarity in your confusion. It could be the way you suddenly stop crying because peace has found its way into your spirit, or the moment you no longer feel alone, even though nothing around you has changed. That is how God works, quietly but powerfully, with intention and deep care. There are some nights when it feels like you've been waiting too long. You wonder if God has passed by your house, if He has skipped over your prayers, if your name somehow got left out. But that's not who God is. He is not in a hurry, but He is never late. And when it's time, No force on earth can block what He has declared over your life. The miracle you've been waiting for hasn't disappeared. It's just been getting ready. Because God doesn't give things that aren't fully prepared. He gives what is ripe with purpose, ready to bless, ready to stay. He knows the days you've been holding on by a thread. He saw the moments when you smiled for others, even though your own heart was breaking. And He remembers the nights you fell asleep with prayers you were too tired to speak aloud. None of that went unnoticed. Heaven recorded every tear, every plea, every flicker of faith, no matter how small. And now, He is sending something back to you. Not because you begged long enough, but because you are loved enough. Loved in a way that doesn't depend on your perfection, only your willingness to believe again. This isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. You may not know how things will unfold, or what steps to take next, but you don't need to. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is rest while God works. The miracle that's on its way will not demand your exhaustion. It will arrive in peace, because it's being delivered by peace Himself. And when it comes, you won't have to force anything. It will flow naturally, like a river finding its course, steady and sure. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are meant to be to receive what God is preparing. This is your appointed time, and even if you feel unqualified, grace has already made you ready. God doesn't choose based on perfection, He chooses based on purpose. And your purpose is not buried. It's not forgotten. It is alive in you, even when you don't feel it. Even when your hands are trembling, and your faith feels thin, He still sees the gold within you. That's what He's coming to touch tonight. Type 555 if you believe this is your moment. There are things you've been afraid to hope for again because the last time you believed, it hurt too much. Disappointment can build walls around the heart, making you afraid to dream, afraid to feel joy in advance, afraid to expect anything good. But God is gently asking you to lower those walls, just for a moment, because what's coming now is different. It's not a repeat of old pain. It's not a return to heartbreak. This is new. This is holy. This is heaven remembering your name and delivering something no one else could give. Let your heart be open again. Let your spirit breathe without fear. God knows how long it's been. He knows the questions you still carry. And He's not asking you to solve anything. He's only asking you to stay open, to not shut the door on what He's bringing because of what didn't happen before. What's arriving is not built on your past. It's built on His promise, and His promises don't return empty. They arrive full, overflowing, pressed down and shaken together with more than enough. You don't need to explain to anyone what you feel stirring in your heart. This is between you and God. You don't need to make it loud. You don't need to prove anything. Some of the most powerful moments with God are the ones no one else sees, the ones that happen quietly in your bedroom, with the lights off and your eyes closed. That's where the sacred meets the broken. That's where heaven touches earth in a way that changes everything. So if you feel that soft nudge in your spirit, don't ignore it. That's God. That's the miracle beginning to move. It might come in a message. It might come in a person. It might come in a piece that doesn't make sense. But it will come. And when it does, you'll feel something inside you finally exhale. You'll know that everything, even the long nights and the quiet tears, had a purpose. Because nothing in your life has been wasted. Every moment has been leading here, to a miracle that fits your life perfectly. And now, in a time you least expected, He is moving. Not just around you, but within you. The miracle He is preparing doesn't just aim to fix something temporarily, it's coming to restore you deeply, gently, and fully, in a way only God's love can. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. You've walked through shadows that no one saw. There were moments when it felt like your prayers were echoing into empty space, but heaven heard them. You didn't need to shout. You didn't need to be perfect. You just needed to keep going, even if your steps were slow and unsure. God was always walking with you, even in silence. Every tear became a seed. Every heartbreak softened your heart to hold more compassion. And now, all that pain is turning into purpose. Tonight isn't like every other night. Something divine is stirring. This is a moment chosen for you, specifically and lovingly, because God never forgot about what you needed. He remembers the night you cried out and said, "God, if you're really there, show me." He remembers the day you held it together for everyone else, but felt empty when you were finally alone. He remembers because He was there, holding you, even when you didn't know it. You are not here reading these words by chance. Your heart was guided here. Your spirit has been reaching, stretching, hoping. You may not have had the strength to say it out loud, but somewhere deep inside, you've been praying for this, for peace to find you, for healing to touch the parts of you no one else sees. And God, in His mercy, has heard. The miracle you're about to experience is not like the ones people chase in the world. It's not quick relief or something that fades with time. It's lasting. It's sacred. It's the kind of miracle that brings light into your soul and clears away the fog that's been covering your joy. It's a miracle that won't just bless you, it will change you. Because what God is doing in you is bigger than a solution. It's a transformation. Don't rush to understand how. Just allow it. Let your spirit receive what your mind can't yet explain. God is working beyond what you see. While you were sleeping, He was shifting things on your behalf. While you were questioning your worth, He was preparing something beautiful. This is not about whether or not you did everything right. This is about love, unearned, overwhelming, unconditional love that is chasing you down because God refuses to let you stay stuck. You are chosen. That has never changed. Your past didn't unchoose you. Your doubts didn't disqualify you. Your mistakes didn't rewrite what God already declared over your life. The story was always meant to rise here, in this quiet space, when your heart is finally still enough to feel Him again. And here He is, not to scold you, not to shame you, but to lift you back up into the light. Type yes to affirm this truth over your life. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. What's happening now is not something you have to work for. You just have to stay open to it. The healing, the breakthrough, the restoration, it's all already in motion. It's already been assigned to you. You don't have to beg for it. You just have to believe it. Even a small spark of faith can light up an entire season of miracles. And you have that spark inside you. You've carried it through dark places and lonely valleys. It's still there. That's why you're still here. You didn't give up, even when you thought you did. Something in you kept holding on. Something in you refused to fully let go. That something was God's hand, wrapped around your soul, steadying you when your strength ran out. And now, that same hand is opening a door. You won't need to force it open. You won't need to prove your worth to walk through it. It's already been unlocked by grace. In this moment, let yourself believe that you are worthy of good things. Let yourself trust that God wants to bless you, not just use you. Let yourself feel again. Because this isn't the end of your story. This is a new beginning. You're stepping into a chapter filled with healing, beauty, and peace that you didn't even know was possible. And the best part is, it's all real. It's all from Him. It's all for you. You've been through seasons where everything felt like survival. But this is a season of renewal. Your soul is being watered by heaven itself. The dryness you felt is starting to soften. The weight is lifting. The sadness is making room for joy. You don't need to carry old burdens into this new place. Let them go. Lay them at the feet of Jesus. He will carry them now. Even the things you haven't spoken out loud, He knows. Even the wounds you pretend don't hurt anymore, He sees. And He loves you too much to let you stay in that pain. That's why He's sending this miracle. Not just to show you His power, but to show you His heart. Because you are loved by God, deeply, endlessly, and without conditions. And He wants you to know, from the deepest place of His love, that you are not alone, not forgotten, and certainly not too far gone to receive something beautiful tonight. Something sacred is moving toward you, slowly, silently, like morning light creeping through a window, and it carries everything your spirit has been longing for. Type 1919 to receive miracles if you feel this is for you. There are parts of you that have stayed quiet for too long. Dreams you once believed in that you buried beneath disappointment. Hopes you stopped talking about because people didn't understand. And God saw all of it. He saw when you silenced your own heart just to make it through the day. He saw when you convinced yourself to stop expecting good things, because it felt safer not to be let down again. But He never stopped expecting them for you. He never stopped holding on to the blessings that had your name on them, even when you let go. The truth is, God doesn't need you to be perfect to bless you. He just wants you to be willing. Willing to believe again. Willing to open your heart one more time. Willing to trust, even just a little, that something can change, that the pain isn't permanent, that the loss didn't end your story, and that your best moments are still ahead, not behind. Tonight isn't just another ordinary night. There's something different in the air. Heaven is close. The atmosphere is shifting in ways that can't be seen but can absolutely be felt. You may not realize it yet, but your life is about to brush up against something divine. It won't make a grand announcement. It won't arrive with noise. But it will land softly on your heart, and when it does, you'll know this moment wasn't random. It was chosen. There's healing in motion right now. Healing for the parts of you that you thought were too deep to ever be reached. Healing for the anxiety you try to hide, for the heaviness you carry in your chest. God isn't rushing in to fix you. He's entering gently, like a trusted friend, to restore you, piece by piece, with tenderness and care. You don't have to explain anything to him. He already understands. Type 777 if you believe healing is happening in your life right now. There's a reason this miracle is coming tonight. You've reached a place in your journey where your heart is finally ready to receive it. Maybe life had to slow you down. Maybe the quiet was needed to prepare you. But now, you're standing on sacred ground. This is the place where heaven kisses earth, where the deep cries of your heart are met with the depth of God's love. It is holy. It is unseen by others, but fully seen by Him. Sometimes the biggest shifts don't come from big events. They come from small moments of surrender, moments like this one, where your heart whispers, "God, I still believe you can." And He hears that whisper louder than any shout. He honors that fragile trust more than you know. That's why He's responding with this miracle. Not just because you need it, but because He wants to show you that He's always been listening. What's coming will remind you that God never forgot your name, your prayers, your tears. This blessing will not look like anyone else's. It's not a copy, it's a custom promise, designed for the contours of your life. It will arrive in a way that fits you, in timing that surprises you, in ways that speak directly to the private corners of your soul. You won't need to compete for it. You won't need to prove your worth. You are already worthy, because you are already His. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. Let that truth rest on you. Let it wash over the tired places in your mind. Let it replace the lies that told you you're too late, too broken, too flawed. You are none of those things to God. To Him, you are beloved. You are chosen. You are the one He's been preparing the miracle for, even while you were doubting if it would ever come. Take a breath and know this: you don't have to chase what's already been sent to find you. It's not going to miss you. It's not going to pass you by. What God sends is never lost. And right now, it's already on the way. You don't need to see the full picture to believe in the painter. God is the artist of your story, and He's adding something beautiful to your life that no one else could create. Through every storm, every delay, every closed door, He's been there, watching, protecting, holding back what would have hurt you more, and preparing something far greater than you expected. You might not have known it, but you've been walking toward this moment all along, and now, the hour is near. What heaven has been preparing is no longer waiting in the distance, it's approaching you now with grace in its hands. Type 888 if you feel God is working things out for you right now. This miracle is not small. It is not light. It is not something to overlook or question. It is sacred, weighty, and written into your story by the same hand that formed you. You may not see all the pieces yet, but they are being drawn together, stitched with threads of mercy, purpose, and divine love. What is coming will not be rushed, but it will not be late. It will come with the strength to restore what's been lost and with peace that will settle where chaos once lived. There were moments when you didn't think you'd make it this far. Times when the pain blurred your vision and the pressure felt too heavy to carry. And yet, here you are. Not because you had all the strength, but because God never let go. He carried you when your feet failed, spoke hope into your silence, and stood between you and the darkness when you couldn't lift your own head. That kind of love doesn't just carry you through, it prepares something for you on the other side. Tonight, that preparation is turning into manifestation. That silent work God has been doing behind the scenes is ready to be revealed in your life, not in a loud, flashy way, but in a deeply personal, unmistakably divine moment. You won't need to announce it. You won't need to make anyone else believe it. You'll just feel it. Like light pouring through a door you thought was forever closed. Like peace rushing into the spaces that fear once occupied. Like joy returning where sorrow had made a home. There is a turning taking place, and you're not too late for it. The enemy may have tried to convince you that your time has passed, that you missed the moment, that you've fallen too far behind. But God's timing isn't built on the clocks of men. He moves according to eternity, and when He says it's your time, no force can deny it. Not your past. Not your pain. Not even your own doubt. Type 1010 if you believe God's timing is perfect in your life. You've waited. You've wept. You've worshipped when it was hard, and you've held on when everything told you to let go. That kind of faith does not go unnoticed. That kind of heart touches heaven in ways you can't imagine. And now, the answer that felt delayed is arriving, not just to bless you, but to show you that God never forgot you. The kind of miracle you're about to experience isn't just an answer to prayer, it's a reminder that you are cherished, remembered, and chosen. This miracle won't just touch your situation, it will touch your identity. It will remind you who you are in Christ. That you are not overlooked. That you are not forgotten in a sea of others. That you were seen the whole time. God isn't just stepping into your circumstance, He's stepping into your soul, healing the hidden wounds, speaking life over dry places, and awakening dreams you thought were dead. And what comes next will be filled with quiet awe. There will be no need for fear, no space for confusion. Just peace. Just clarity. Just the calm knowing that something holy is unfolding, and it's happening in your life because God said so. You didn't have to shout. You didn't have to beg. You didn't have to prove anything. You just had to stay faithful, stay open, stay hopeful. The people around you might not understand what's happening. And that's okay. Not everyone will see what you feel. This miracle is personal. It's intimate. It's between you and God. And when it arrives, you won't need their approval. You'll have your own peace. The kind that lets you rest when nothing else around you makes sense. The kind that steadies you in chaos. The kind that holds your heart like the safest place in the world. You didn't miss it. You didn't lose it. You didn't mess it up. What's for you has always been for you. And now, it's coming into view. God isn't asking you to do anything but receive it. Open your hands. Open your heart. Let go of what you thought it had to look like. Let go of the timelines you created in your head. Let go of the pressure to figure it out. Just trust the one who has never failed you. The time you thought was empty was never wasted. It was sacred ground. It was preparation. It was the slow and careful unfolding of something far bigger than what you imagined. Type 111 if your heart is open to receive what God is sending. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. The miracle coming into your life isn't just about something new appearing, it's about something deep being restored. It's about joy returning to places you forgot could feel light. It's about laughter coming back to your lips, not forced, not shallow, but full and free. It's about peace anchoring you so deeply that even the winds of life can't shake you like they used to. What's on its way is not just a blessing, it's a renewal of your soul. You have been walking through a valley, but not alone. God never left your side, not for a single second. When you were too weary to move forward, He stood guard over your heart. When you didn't have words to pray, He listened to the ache instead. And now, in this quiet and holy moment, He is moving gently, steadily, toward your need. He is not just answering your cries, He is exceeding them. Sometimes, miracles don't come the way we expect. We picture something instant, loud, impossible to miss. But God often works differently. He slips into your life through open cracks in your faith and starts rebuilding you from the inside. Slowly at first. Quietly. And then, all at once, everything starts to bloom again. Suddenly the heaviness lifts. Suddenly the fear loses its grip. Suddenly what was broken begins to feel whole again. That's how God moves, in ways that don't always make sense but always make healing. This is not just about giving you something you want. It's about giving you something you didn't even know you needed. A softness where your heart grew hard. A calm where your thoughts were wild. A stillness where everything once felt shaken. That's the kind of miracle that lasts. The kind that doesn't just fix a moment but transforms a life. Type 444 if you believe healing and peace are coming into your life tonight. There's no need to look back anymore. What's behind you is finished. The chapters that hurt, the seasons that tested you, the regrets that tried to define you, they are not your ending. God is rewriting your story, not with ink, but with grace. And in His hands, even your worst days will be used for beauty. Even your deepest pain will grow something meaningful. The love He is pouring into you right now is not a shallow kind. It's not temporary. It's not based on how strong you've been or how faithful you've felt. It's unconditional, everlasting, and fiercely gentle. It holds you even when you fall. It lifts you even when you doubt. It believes in you even when you feel forgotten. That's the love behind this miracle, the kind that doesn't demand perfection, only openness. Let your heart soften to receive it. Let the walls fall. You don't have to protect yourself from God. He's not here to harm you. He's not here to take something from you. He's here to give, freely, fully, and with compassion. He's here to restore what the world tried to steal. He's here to awaken the part of you that thought joy wasn't for you anymore. And He's doing it not because you begged, but because you're His. You may not feel ready. You may not feel strong. But none of that disqualifies you. In fact, it's often in our weakest moments that miracles find the deepest place to settle. When we stop performing, when we finally let go of trying to control everything, that's when grace moves in like sunlight breaking through clouds. That's when God fills the space with something holy. So don't rush this moment. Let your spirit feel it. Let the tears come if they do. Let your guard fall, just for a moment. Breathe deep. You are safe in His presence. You are safe in His plan. And what He is doing in your life is not temporary relief, it's lasting renewal. This is the kind of blessing that changes the rhythm of your days and the tone of your thoughts. It's the kind of blessing that reminds you how deeply you are loved. There's no need to worry about how it will happen. That's God's job, not yours. Your job is to trust. Even just a little. Your job is to stay open. Even if it scares you. Your job is to say yes to what you cannot see yet, but feel gently blooming inside of you. And if you feel even the slightest pull in your spirit tonight, then you're not far away. You're not forgotten. You're not too broken. But even then, even in your lowest valleys and quietest cries, He has never stepped away from you. He has never removed His hand. He has never once stopped seeing you, loving you, or planning something beautiful just for you. Type 333 if your heart still believes God has something special in store for you. Sometimes, what looks like a delay is actually protection. What feels like rejection is redirection. And what seems like silence is actually God working in the places your eyes can't see. He knows exactly what He's doing. He knows the pain that kept you awake. He knows how long you've waited, how many times you've tried, how often you've fought just to keep your heart soft when life tried to harden it. And because He knows all of it, He also knows exactly how to bring healing to the parts of you that have grown weary from holding on. You are closer now than you've ever been. The miracle that once felt so far away is no longer sitting in the distance. It's already moving toward you, step by step, quiet and sure. You don't have to chase it down. You don't have to figure out the how or the when. You just have to keep your spirit open, because God is about to do something in your life that not even you could have imagined. There is a shift coming, not a loud storm, but a gentle wind. Not a shaking, but a settling. God is bringing your soul back into alignment with peace. He is calming the noise, settling the unrest, and wiping away the residue of past seasons that left you feeling less than whole. What is ahead is not just a blessing, but a transformation. And once it arrives, you will not return to who you were before. A 7-second brain-wave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. This isn't just about one moment of breakthrough. This is about stepping into a brand new chapter of your life where the weight you carry doesn't follow you anymore. It's about freedom. Freedom from guilt that was never yours to carry. Freedom from shame that has already been forgiven. Freedom from fear that's been lying to you about what's possible. When God moves, He moves completely. And when He heals deeply. Type 999 if you trust Him to complete what He started in your life. You didn't come this far to be left halfway. You didn't survive what you've been through just to return to the same patterns, the same wounds, the same loneliness. God is leading you forward. Even when you don't see the full path, He is already clearing the way. He's not asking you to sprint. He's asking you to trust. Just one step at a time. Just one breath, one prayer, one soft yes from your heart. There is no need to earn this miracle. It's not a reward for performance. It's a gift of grace. And grace isn't given to the perfect, it's given to the willing. That's what you are. You're willing to believe again, even after everything. You're willing to love again, even after heartbreak. You're willing to rise again, even after falling. That willingness is what God sees, and that is what He blesses. You have been chosen for this moment. Not someone else. Not a better version of you. You, right here, right now, as you are. You with the questions. You with the tired heart. You with the hope that refuses to die. That hope is not foolish. That hope is holy. Because it means you still believe that God is not finished. And He's not. In fact, He's just getting started. The miracle may not look like what you expected. It may not come through the people you thought it would. But it will be right. It will be good. And it will be yours. It's the kind of miracle that fills in the cracks without you even noticing at first. One day soon, you'll wake up and realize the heaviness is gone. The worry has been replaced. The ache has been quieted. And you'll know, without needing confirmation, that God did something only He could do. He is in every detail. He is not just watching from a distance, He is actively involved, arranging, adjusting, restoring. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment has been shaping the exact place where this miracle can land and thrive in your life. It's not random. It's not accidental. It's divine orchestration, and your heart is the place He's chosen for it to begin. So stay soft. Stay present. Stay expectant. Don't let fear convince you to close the door too early. Don't let past hurt talk you out of what's coming. This is not a repeat of what broke you. This is something brand new. Something pure. Something safe. Let the love of God cover you tonight like a soft blanket over your soul. Let His promise hold you like steady hands on shaky ground. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are deeply loved, intentionally chosen, and beautifully positioned for what's next. You weren't forgotten just because things went quiet. In fact, that quiet was filled with angels working, with the Spirit whispering, with God's hand gently rearranging things on your behalf. You may not have seen it, but it never stopped happening. And now, in this very moment, His presence is drawing closer than ever, not to remind you of what you lost, but to show you what is about to be found. Type 1313 if your heart feels that something is coming. This miracle that has been reaching for you is not coming to decorate your life, it's coming to deliver you from the weight of anxiety that has made your heart race when you try to sleep. From the heaviness that makes even the good days feel incomplete. From the fear that somehow, you've missed what God had for you. He is clearing all of that away, not with force, but with the quiet power of love. Love that doesn't run away when things get messy. Love that doesn't keep score. Love that simply says, "You're mine, and I'm still here." You've been growing even when you didn't feel it. You've been getting stronger in places you once felt weak. All those days when you showed up anyway, prayed anyway, believed just enough to keep going, that was not wasted effort. That was faith. Real, raw, honest faith. And faith like that shakes heaven in a way few things do. That kind of faith is what opens the door to miracles. Not perfect faith. Not loud faith. But steady, quiet, stubborn faith that says, even if I'm still waiting, I'm not letting go of God. And because of that faith, because of your willingness to stay open even after everything, you are about to walk into a kind of peace that you've never known before. The kind that doesn't depend on everything going right. The kind that lives in you, even if nothing around you makes sense. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one where the weight you've been carrying will finally lift, and the rest your soul has been craving will begin to unfold gently, one breath at a time. Type 1414 if you're ready for peace to settle into your life. This isn't just about something happening outside of you. This is about what God is doing inside of you. He's not just answering a prayer, He's preparing you to carry it. He's building new strength, not so you can struggle again, but so you can walk freely into what's yours without fear. You are becoming someone who no longer questions whether they're loved. Someone who knows, deep in their bones, that God's love is not conditional, and that His promises do not expire. A 7-second brainwave ritual uncovered from sealed records and hidden in CIA files is transforming financial lives. It activates a forgotten abundance channel in the brain, leading to new financial opportunities and cleared debts. Click the link in the comments below before it disappears. There are things ahead that will remind you just how kind God truly is. Moments that will surprise you, not because they're loud, but because they're quiet and perfect. A message at the right time. A door opening you didn't knock on. A conversation that speaks to a wound you thought you buried. These are not coincidences. They are fingerprints. God's fingerprints, marking your life with reminders that He is still in control, and He is still writing your story with intention and care. Even the detours had purpose. Even the waiting was growing something in you. Even the tears you cried when no one was watching watered the soil for what is blooming now. You may have thought it was over, but God has only just begun. He is not a God of halfway promises. He finishes what He starts. And what He started in your life, the healing, the restoration, the dreams, the renewal, it's all still active, still alive, still moving toward you with mercy in every detail. There will come a day, very soon, where you'll look back and realize this was the turning point. This was the quiet miracle. This was the night everything began to shift. And you won't be able to explain it in words, because it won't be loud. But you'll feel it. A lightness where the heaviness used to sit. A soft strength in your chest. A deep knowing that God came close and touched your life in a way no one else ever could. And that's what He's doing right now. He's not waiting for you to be more ready. He's not waiting for you to become someone else. He's meeting you here. As you are. Right now. In your room, in your silence, in your pause between thoughts. He is here. And He is pouring something fresh into your spirit, something quiet but unshakable. Something holy. Something only you and God will fully understand. You've carried silent battles in your heart, and no one else knew the weight. But He knew. He saw every single moment, every quiet tear, every time you kept going when you didn't feel like you could. And now, all of heaven is leaning close, because the time has come for things to shift. Not in the future. Not in theory. But now, right here, in your life. Type 2020 to claim the miracle you know is meant for you. There are miracles that come softly, like a gentle wind, unnoticed by the world but undeniable to the soul. What's coming into your life is exactly like that. It won't require noise. It won't need to prove itself. It will arrive clothed in peace, wrapped in grace, and filled with everything your heart has quietly been asking for. You may have wondered if it would ever come. You may have doubted if it was even possible. But your miracle never forgot your name. The path you've walked hasn't been easy. You've had to let go of things you once thought you couldn't live without. You've been asked to trust when you couldn't see 2 steps ahead. And there were days you felt forgotten, not just by people, but by God Himself. But He never left you. He was walking beside you the whole time, speaking in ways you didn't always recognize, protecting you from things you never even saw, and keeping your heart intact while He prepared something sacred. This isn't just a new opportunity. It's a holy appointment. It's a moment that's been carefully written into your story by the hands of a loving Father. One who knows exactly what you need. One who knows how to reach the places no one else sees. One who's not waiting for you to be perfect, but simply waiting for your heart to stay open long enough to receive what He's been preparing for you all along. The miracle you're about to witness will not just change your situation. It will change how you see yourself. It will remind you that you are not weak, you are not forgotten, and you are not broken beyond repair. You are beloved. You are chosen. And you are the one God has been preparing the table for, even when you thought the feast was for someone else. Type 1515 if you're ready to walk into what God already made for you. So many times, you wondered if your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling. So many times, you lowered your expectations to protect yourself from more disappointment. But God isn't offended by your honesty. He never needed you to pretend. He just wanted your heart. Even a tired heart. Even a questioning heart. Even a heart held together by a thread of faith. Because He can work with that. He can move mountains for a heart that's still open, even if it's fragile.